Hello and welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to MMS. Today we are at Estonia at the Aegna Ringrada, also known as the Aegna circuit, for the Estonian Grand Prix. A track and a Grand Prix that is pretty much historically embedded into MMS. We've done a lot of races here. It's just historical, right? It was a testing venue at first, then it turned into a full-fledged Grand Prix, and now it's just kind of our thing to host it, because it's actually a good track, and I deem it as one of the best tracks in Earth Factor. We have a very sunny weather somehow in Estonia, a nice 26 degrees currently on the track, so yeah, it's going to be a clear sky race. With all that done, let's get down to the grid presented to you by Max.
So, on pole position it is Johannes van Leer with a 147.215, which puts him 3/10 in front of second place, which would be Tobias Blumschein in the Williams. On third place we have Attila Kalmar, which has put a great lap in the McLaren to put himself in third place. Going down to the rest of the grid is Patrick, Granville, Bettes, Wells, Witt, Kayo, Sahin, Erling King, Curtis, Falcon, Granville, von Stetten, Comedy-Poor, Ukupnik, Material, Brown, Katzenberg, Flynn, Bijou, Valjak, Recluse, Nude, Keith, and Agnes. The following cars did not qualify for the race. Anderson in the Pacific, Tanda in the Ferrari, which is probably going to make Ferrari very angry, Gladini in the Larousse, Tanda in the Minardi, and both Herhold and Faulkner have not set a time and therefore are automatically not qualified.
Yep, it is worth noting that we had 4 cars set the same lap time from qualifying, and from memory, I believe it was Kupnik and Material, and then you had Katzenberg and Flynn. They both set the same lap times. Obviously, Katzenberg set the lap time before Flynn, therefore he's ahead. Same situation with Kupnik and Material. But yeah, it's going to be a weird race, isn't it? Without a Ferrari on the field, we've seen it in the German Grand Prix with Patrick, but Tanda seemed to have a lot of race pace, so it's very weird to see him not qualify. Anyways, with all that done, let's go to the track, and here we go. It is time for the Estonian Grand Prix. The driver's already lined up. Here we go with Van Leer. The lights are coming on. 10 red lights. And they're off, and we're green in Estonia. It's a decent start for Van Leer, who jumps into first. Blumschein has no say in anything here. Attila goes to the outside, Blumschein to the inside. Bettes doesn't have the best of the starts. He cannot really make up any positions. But look at that. Bettes just goes for it, makes it 3 wide. There's a triple overtake from Bettes. What a move. He's already challenging Van Leer for second. What on earth has that man done? That is a mad start for the Serbian driver, and I am left speechless.
I think you might want to see a replay of that, because that was just wow.
Yeah, that was an amazing start from Ratko Bettes. So let's go on board with him. Let me just set up this camera angle. And look at that, he gets swarmed by cars but doesn't care about it, just sends it nearly. Goes into his teammate. Look at that.
He just sends it.
Look at that. He had a woeful start as well. Couldn't really do much. Granville gets a good flyer there, but Bettes just sends it. Keeps the car in control. Gently drives over the curbing. And then just has to yield the position for now. But yeah, he's in third, and that's a phenomenal start. Witt already ahead of Granville. And as we go down the order, it's looking interesting, as there's a car of that Sam Nutt struggling with his race start. Got passed by the Pacific of Agnes, who's making moves. Rodney Rack, who's nearly overtaken by the car. And oh, Nutt just gets a bit squeezed out. Yeah.
Oh, and Van Leer and Blumschein getting really up. Oh.
That's a mistake from Blumschein, and Bettes immediately loses that. That's a massive mistake from Blumschein. I don't know what happened there exactly. Oh, Van Leer just dives it onto him into this long left-hander. And Blumschein is just sliding all over the place.
That may be again a setup problem that we might need to fix in the pit stop.
Oh.
Oh, they almost died there. That was
Yeah.
very close.
Bloomshine is already known for his on-track antics, as mentioned before. He is known to be a bit iffy when it comes to contact with other drivers, but that is a bit too much, isn't it? On board with material, trying to gain any positions. This is the midfield battle for quite a few positions here. We can see Max Albrecht von Stetten finally doing wonders for the Peugeot team as they navigate the hairpin. Kupnik and Comedy Post side by side. You do not want to be on the outside through that corner because you would just get squeezed on the AstroTurf there. Or, I don't know if it even is AstroTurf. You just get squeezed under the runoff and you can lose traction easily there. So. And radio messages already happening. Van Leer not happy with Bloomshine's antics, complaining about his driving standard. I don't blame him. Attila Kalmar versus Ben Patrick, and Kalmar does not go for the move. Although actually maybe no. I don't know what Kalmar was doing in the braking zone. Just kind of lifted and then came back and then lifted again. Bloomshine trying to chase down Van Leer. Then we have Bettes, Patrick, Kalmar, Witt, and that is a car literally off the circuit. That's Ellie Wells.
No, that was not Ali Wells. I think that was the car behind Ali Wells, which would be the other Sauber.
Oh yeah, no, that was Halil Sahin. What?
What are they doing there? Oh, they all had a pretty bad accident. And what
Sahin just goes off track. I don't understand the logic behind that, but. Okay, I guess.
And that, of course, gives the position to Curtis, who is now looking to make another overtake on Wells, but doesn't manage it.
Also, Matthew Falcon from 13 up into 9th, but this is not good. From a Benetton, from a Tier 1 car, and a stellar driver, you'd expect way more. Oh dear! Kaya makes a mistake. There's a bit of contact between Granville and him, and Falcon uses that to his advantage to more positions gained by the Polish driver. This track is certainly a power track, a lot of straights, a lot of corners that require that power. Hence Peugeot seem to be benefiting a lot. The car is not good, but the engine is. And this is what might be pushing them into those high positions and basically points contention as well. Then we have the lonely Jordan of Kingfall by Kupnik. Katzenberg also good start to the race.
Absolutely, Katzenberg had a great start.
Yep, Sahin now to the inside of his teammate side by side, but Eddie Wells does not care. She's not gonna give him the easy treatment. Sahin has to lift off, and that's Granville of the circuit there. That's a major mistake from the British driver. Wells already on his back. The drivers seem to be struggling in these cars around the Egna circuit. Oh, and there's a bit of it off for Wells as well, but not feeling too much.
It seems that Bloomshine has got up to Van Leer. He might be attempting to move down the first corner now.
Yeah, Bloomshine has caught up and he's to the inside. It's not that easy to overtake because right after that you have a left flick, but Bloomshine does navigate it. Bloomshine is into the lead as Van Leer is complaining about the car again. This time about the car, but he's complaining again, saying that the car is all over the place. His team might be a gearbox failure. No, it isn't. Oh, he lost the wing.
He
lost his wing.
Rear wing.
Front wing.
Front wing. Sorry.
Yeah, but Van Leer complaining about the car's handling, and the team just telling Johan to keep his head down and just drive their car. Oh. Henry J. Brown loses it, and Flynn just not enough time to react because this is the corkscrew of the circuit. You can't really go anywhere other than the racing line. Henry J. Brown slid off the racing line, and Flynn, you can see here, he's starting to tighten the steering, trying to avoid the spinning footwork.
Oh, he straightens up because he's sliding too.
Yeah, he's sliding too, and he just has nowhere to go. He punished himself effectively, so.
I would say that there's a racing incident, but
also,
somehow he got to push him.
Yeah, that's a stellar overtaking maneuver, if you ask me.
Yeah, no place to the left, no place to the right.
Oh, Bettes is off the circuit. That's a lock-up from the Serbian driver.
And Van Leer is also still right on the rear of Bloomshine.
Yeah, but there's another off and another again Sahin of the circuit. What is the Turkish menace doing here? Oh, look at that. Katzenberg and Kupnik, everybody's all over the place. The midfield absolutely badged up. But what on earth did Sahin do again? He's again off the track. I don't understand this man, alright? He gets dived. It's like he got scared and didn't want to crash or something. I don't understand.
It may be that Sahin is having a big problem adjusting to the car properly, and that, of course, he's being overtaken by people, which isn't good, and that, of course, is adding for pressure to him.
Yeah, because once you get overtaken, you're kind of frustrated with yourself. You want to gain those positions back, and that leads you to making more mistakes. As Marcus Caio is not happy with how the car handles, complaining about the setup, and the team told him to just keep going, which to Caio replied that he cannot. It is a tricky circuit. There's a lot of elevation. You have to basically, the setup has to negotiate between slow corners and straights, and to, you know, also take in the elevation changes. So the teams really have a big scratch on their head whenever coming to the circuit. As Falcon trying to do something on Vid, and that's a half spin, and Caio immediately re-overtakes him. Then we have Flynn, and we have Curtis in the points, followed by Granada, who's just going down the grid. Followed by King, Van Stettin, Kupnik, Katzenberg, Komodipol, Sahin, Rakus, Material, Brown, Riju, Valiak, Nud, Keith, and Agnes. And you know what? That Pacific is not that far off. And then we have Flynn.
Flynn is now probably going to have to try and make up time somewhere.
Oh dear, look at that. Patrick has caught up to Bettis again. Bettis is making mistakes. Mistake after mistake. It seems that this race is not Bettis's, really. Yeah, look at that massive twitch here. Vanilla is complaining about dirty air. Okay. The team told him to stay within 2 seconds of Bloomshine and he'll be fine. Look at that, the car lifted for the corkscrew there, but Bloomshine and Falcon struggling both. The tyre wear might be a thing that is causing those issues as well, because the tyres do wear here quickly. And this is another, you know, issue for the drivers.
And of course, you have to consider that this is basically a battle for the championship here, because Vanilla is only 4 points behind Bettis, and Bloomshire is also only 6 points behind Bettis.
Yeah, so this might be a game changer when it comes to how this championship standings will look. Now Falcon to the inside of Igor Witt. Easy does it, better car.
Yep, Falcon not really showing his true pace here, it seems, because, of course, the Benetton is a really fast car, and he's struggling, it seems.
Well, I mean, yeah, the dirt, yeah, that, you know, Van Leer might have complained about might be one thing, but he might be on an alternative strategy considering he qualified, you know, down the road again. So it might be another strategic decision by Benetton to maybe, you know, tell him to not push now and conserve the car as they go. You know, we can only theorize on what the true cause of Falcon not really pushing everything from the car is, but, you know. On board with Michael Valiak, trying to overtake Brown in his Tyrrell. Tyrrell have been quite a bit of a disappointing team, but hey, at least they qualify for some races, so cannot complain too much. He goes to the inside of Henry J. Brown, and it's an easy move, closes the door. Good job, easy overtake, done. Up the other, Wells is trying to attack Igor Witt. Wells is known from her little tempers, so this battle might be interesting to say the least, especially when we come to the team radio. Aaron Curtis also, I have to give a shout out to Peugeot. It's impossible not to. We're seeing, you know, we saw them struggle for the last 4 races pretty much, and now they actually might have gotten their stuff together.
Absolutely, it seems that Peugeot have finally got their act together, and that they're actually going to do what an actual manufacturer should do, which is actually fight for points.
So here we go, Wells in the decision. That's a very late move for Vitt. She surprised him pretty much, but she makes a bit of a mistake on a turn into the hairpin and just couldn't make the move now. But she did pressure Vitt. He goes a bit off the circuit with 2 wheels. So Wells is pretty much doing her job, but only that allows now Aaron Curtis to catch up in his Peugeot. So that might have been a bit of a mistake from Wells to not go for the move sooner, or maybe not, you know, turn in more for the corner. As Curtis will do his pressure inevitably. Up the order, we have Betes behind Patrick and now battling with Attila Karma. Something must be wrong with that car. I do not believe that one of the best cars this season is struggling so much to be literally behind a McLaren and a Ferrari.
Well, it seems that Karma is really on a big, how do I say this? He's on a roll, I think, because he's a McLaren, which is obviously, it hasn't scored any points in the last...
all races, I think.
Yeah, it hasn't
No, wait,
any
I think,
points.
no, Kaio scored points, but he wasn't even happy with that.
Yeah,
Oh, there's a
Kaio's
yellow flag, and that's
scored
Betes spinning out.
what a shame for the Serbian driver who is fighting for
Oh,
the
that's
lead
because
of-
Patrick spun and he went on the AstroTurf to avoid a possible accident. As Betes got the radio message to keep his head down, that they'll overtake the drivers in the pit stops. They just need a quick in-lap and out-lap, and, well, Betes' radio was incomprehensible. Again. Williams
might be an electronics problem with the Williams, because
Yep.
if the radio message doesn't come through, then you might not know when to pit.
Yep. Also, Wells tell the FIA to check the fuel in the Leisure after the race. I cannot pass here. I mean, the Leisure does have a better engine, so not surprised there. But Falcon goes past Kaio. Easy does it. Wells got ahead of Vit. Where is Curtis? How on earth is Curtis that low?
Maybe Curtis has had a spin.
Yeah, yeah. Oh,
Oh yeah, oh dear. What has happened here?
wait, so that's contact with Wells. Oh dear.
And
Oh,
Vit
this is-
went off too.
Yeah, Vit went off
went
as
off.
well. So Vit went wide. I don't even... Okay, he just understeered off the track.
Oh, that was...
That's a bit sussy. Yeah, there's the contact from Curtis, and Wells was actually got on two wheels there for a short period of time. Instantly tries to avoid Vit. And carries on.
That may have given a bit of damage to all three of these cars. Because
Yeah,
of course it doesn't
Wells
carry
might
much.
be having some rear suspension damage because she got hit in her left rear tire. Curtis might be suffering from some suspension damage, and Vit might be also suffering from some suspension damage and sidepod damage as well. Wells screaming on the radio that, you know, obviously not happy with all the things happening to her. Is everyone here trying to murder me or what? I hope not. Kaio now to the inside of Falcon, both of the cars sliding. Falcon round the outside, beautiful move. Sorry, Kaio, but Falcon defends. Gets a better exit. Kaio just cannot pass the Benetton, but the fact he's keeping close to the car says either a lot that Benetton might be struggling this race, or McLaren have finally improved. Rakus and Henry J. Brown in the pit lane.
Yep, the pit lane they may have. Yep, it's a regular stop for them.
Yep,
So
pit stop in the
window
open.
might be open. Also about Falcon, it might just be that. Oh, Patrick spins. Half
That
spin.
is a questionable rejoin.
Very questionable indeed. We might have stewards look at that and might give him a warning or something like that, because that's just
Yeah.
plain danger.
And now look at Betes immediately on the back of Kalmar. Meanwhile, Van Laer is still complaining. This time saying he cannot bloody compete. Oh well. And Aaron Curtis apologizing on the radio for the contact with Wells, saying that he just tried to avoid a possible further crash. Blumschein in, Van Laer in, Kalmar also in. Betes and Patrick not coming in. Patrick is low on fuel though. As Erling King is out of the race. Oh dear. Oh
What has
dear.
hap- Oh no, what has happened here?
That's a
That
big
Jordan
one.
does not look healthy.
Oh, so King goes off, locks up, tries to go back, and
That-
Von Stetten just murders a man.
And that was a very questionable rejoin ball from him. Look, he's off the track and he goes right back onto the track.
Yeah, he goes back onto the racing line without any consideration. And Von Stetten just didn't know what to do because he saw the car off track. You don't really expect the car to immediately rejoin into the racing line. He had really nowhere to go.
We might see some penalties being applied here post-race, because
Yep.
that's just... And
That's just silly.
It's relatively fortunate for von Stettin that he had this crash so late, well, relatively late in the race, though, because he's going to pit now probably and not lose as much time.
Yep. Eddie Wells doesn't care about the apology made by Aaron Curtis, telling him to piss off. Oh well. As Van Leer has been, after his complaining about the car, he's been told to pit Bloomshine and Van Leer in. Let's see the pit stop from Van Leer, because he's still at risk from the cars behind him. Patrick and Bettes went ahead, and now let's see. Bloomshine obviously was the first car in the pit lane, but doesn't mean he will get the... Okay, no, he gets off. He had quite a big gap as well. It's going to be an easy stop, and oh my days, I don't believe it. Attila Kalmar has jumped Johannes Van Leer in the pit lane.
It seems that McLaren overall are on a roll today. They're... Wow.
Yeah,
wow.
McLaren have honestly improved a lot in short amount of time. Bloomshine rejoins in front of Granville, so Bloomshine is steadily in the top 10. Kaio, Bettes and Patrick. Patrick is at a risk here, so let's see if he'll make it to the pit lane. We have a radio message from Van Leer in the building. Oh boy, am I ready to hear that one. So, speaking of which, if you're not using Team Radio, be sure to do. It's always a bit of fun interaction. Also, just so you know, I am reading the chat as well. But yeah, enough of that digression. Bloomshine is already catching up to Katzenberg and all the lads in front, which means he will be caught out by traffic for a short amount of time. Mind you, most of these cars are coming in. Yeah, Van Leer unhappy with his team, as you can imagine. Surprised to see himself behind the McLaren that was fighting for third.
Bettes may have had a half spin because he was 3.6.
Patrick's run out.
Oh, Patrick's out.
Patrick runs out of fuel. Literally, there now is the pit lane entrance. Patrick is one of the unluckiest men on earth. Can't change my mind about that. Kaio in as well, same with Van Leer. I mean, sorry, Falcon. Too many Van Leer, Benetton speaking, yes.
Let us see. Where does the pit stop now put Bettes? Because he's in a fight for a championship.
Oh no, Kupnik's run out of fuel.
He was going to do another lap, which was...
Yeah, Lotus put him on a very risky strategy. This is a 5.5 kilometer long circuit with very long power and fuel consuming corners. Bettes, oh my god.
Bettes has jumped Kalmar and Van Leer.
I am speechless.
It seems that the strategy
has done it again. Do you remember Bahrain?
Yes, very much so.
Benetton has screwed up the strategy there, and now they do it again. Also, we have a few more cars out of the race. All because of fuel. Oh no, Agnes has retired. Oh man. Oh. Oh wait, Bettes makes a mistake. Kalmar is through. Kalmar is through. I repeat, Kalmar is through. Bettes now in third. Van Leer behind him. Oh boy. These two don't really like each other, do they? I mean, obviously Van Leer hates Bloomshine more, but Bettes and Van Leer also had a bit of a ticky-tacky, so...
Yes, the rivalry more seems to be between the teams and less between the drivers, because it seems that the drivers of both teams all have something against each other here.
Yeah. And Ollie Katzenberg told to not race the car behind back then when we shown him with Bloomshine, to which he just told the team to shut up. Yeah, and Van Leer again complaining about Bettes and everything. I don't blame him. The team, all the team really can say is that they are sorry, but I don't think that even, pays back what travesty of a race he's going through. Wells is ahead of Falcon. This is not how you win a championship, Benetton. You can have all the qualifying pace you want, okay? Because Benetton, in fact, has taken all the pole positions this season. But you can have all your qualifying pace, but the points are decided on race day. And that is Van Leer and Bettes now side by side. Van Leer has the inside line, but Bettes can fight back, but he doesn't. And Van Leer is through, but I don't think Bettes will let him slide that easily. This is Radko Bettes we're speaking of, the menace of the track and of the paddock. Everybody knows him, and everybody knows that you don't really mess with him. So it will be interesting to see what Van Leer does here, and what Bethes does to Van Leer as well. As they come into the trickiest corner of the circuit, Bethes has struggled with it, but if he applies enough pressure, Van Leer might also start struggling with this corner. Yeah, as I say that, Van Leer makes a tiny bit of a mistake, and Bethes gains this sweet tenths of a second.
And may I just talk about Blumschein, because Blumschein is making a massive lead over the rest of the field. Like, P2 is 11 seconds now behind him and is losing massive amounts of time, just because Van Leer and Bethes are fighting.
King is receiving 5 penalty points for the rejoin he had with Stettin. Yeah, 5 penalty points. Van Leer does some more crying and moaning on the radio. I'm sorry, I'm just putting it at face value here. Saying that they have such an incredible car in qualifying and not in the race, and the team is just fed up with him, told him to shut the F up and drive the car. Which I would have done the first time he started moaning, but hey, you know, always, you know, they gave him some time.
Very much so, and they're all now in a neat group, all about 1 second behind each other. So it's only open to see who will catch up to who, and if anyone will pull away now. This is just a fight for second place. I don't think that they will overtake first place anymore, unless
Falcon, that's
a little bit dirty.
That's questionable. Yeah, just drives into the rear of Eri Wells, forces her out of the track.
Such a behavior might be acceptable in NASCAR, but absolutely not in Formula 1. I mean, what does he think?
This can break the gearbox. This can break everything. Flynn into the pit lane because, you know, lost their wing. He's on a different strategy. This will promote John Keefe into 20th, so Simtek has something to be happy about. Van Leer is not even catching up to Kama. The gap is a steady 1.3, 1.4 seconds, although Kama now have a bit of a mistake. So who knows? But yeah, Max, I think we have to agree, McLaren aren't the surprise of this race.
Absolutely, yes. McLaren are doing absolutely everything they have to do, and it seems that they're making 0 mistakes this race.
Yeah, they're running 2nd and 5th. This is
both of their cars are in the top 5, which has to be the biggest upset in MS so far.
Yep. Curtis Sahin and Rakuzon battling for points. That's a late lunge from Rakuzon to Curtis. He doesn't take the P10 spot just yet. Curtis gets a bit of a better run. He will squeeze the Finnish driver a bit out. Leaves him no room and now has to push for his life.
Also, may I just say that Kama may be catching up a bit to Blumschein, because the lead over to Kalmar was a bit over at 11 seconds. Well, now it's about 11 seconds again, but it was down to about 10.4 a while ago.
Yeah, look, yeah, the gap is going down, so there is hope, I suppose. Yeah, Kaio also telling his engineer to shut up. A lot of battles within the teams. I don't think that's good. I don't think you really want to have toxicity between your engineer and your driver, because the engineer is basically driver's only information about what's actually happening on the circuit, you know, other than the driver seeing what's in front of him or maybe beside him. And there's Falcon with a mistake. Ooh!
That was close. That was really, really close. That could have been a hideous accident.
Is it fair to say that a lot of poo just shot out? Ooh.
That was millimeters. Wow.
Also, good car correction from Falcon. Like, instant, but still, Jesus Christ. Oh my god, look, wait, he just got 4 wheels off the track. What? Look at the car here. Alright. Look. Falcon is pushing it to the limits.
Well, let's hope he's not going to push it over the limit, otherwise we might actually see that hideous accident we were talking about just a few seconds ago.
Yeah, look, it's all 4 wheels gone. There's a bit of a jump. That's the stuff you already saw back in the 80s or 70s with the cars lifting, not nowadays.
You don't see flying F1 cars these days.
So there you go. You know, there's always a thing, there's always a first time, right? Van Leer actually surprised just like we are with the McLaren's pace, saying that he has never seen the McLaren go this fast before. I mean, yeah, same situation here. Falcon does get past Eddie Wells into the hairpin here, though. The car is just better, okay? The Sauber is a good midfield car, but it's not a good front car.
And now the gap between Brumtra and Karma is just about 10 seconds now.
Yeah, but yeah, drastically. He lost 2 seconds in one lap, as that Sahin defending from Katzenberg, ooh, nearly goes off. That's a bit aggressive. You know, Sahin trying to defend P11 and also trying to attack Curtis, who's been steadily in 11th. Also, there's Max Albert von Stettin, who managed to stay within like the range of points despite losing a wing. So, honest congratulations to the man.
Well, at the beginning of the season, people were questioning whether or not he has an IQ higher than 50, but now it seems that he might as well have an IQ a bit higher than 70, because he seems to be actually functioning normally now.
Oh, look at that. Oh, Katzenberg, a bit aggressive defending there. He turned a bit under, breaking into von Stettin, but the German just shrugged it off and passed his fellow countryman. Rakus is coming in, so the second pit window is open. Bettis, ooh, the jump there is so scary to look at. Van Leer and Kalman out close together. Let's see if Van Leer knows how to overtake a car. He's been driving in somewhat clean air for a while, so let's see if he hasn't forgotten how to make a move.
Yeah, you can see clearly the engine difference, because Van Leer just catched up so much to come, and he goes down the inside and he's got it done, it seems.
Yeah, he's got it done, although Kalma is still close to him. Oh, he made a bit of a mistake. He tried to avoid going wide, because you can go wide there, you're just risking spinning, and yeah, that's why the drivers do that.
It's quite a strange corner entry to that corner, but you know.
Yeah, ooh, Van Leer, a bit twitchy there. Kalma gaining small bits of second, and now on the straight, with the upgraded Peugeot engine, Kalma might be able to use some benefits of the slipstream and not allow Van Leer to bolt off into the distance. Yeah, the slipstream is doing a bit of work, it seems, but it's not enough to send a move unless Kalma, you know, has the cojones to do so, but he doesn't. He makes a massive mistake for turns 1 and 2 and just, you know, loses heaps of time.
Yep, and these two drivers fighting.
Wait, oh wait, yeah, we saw that one already. I'm stupid. Right.
These two drivers fighting, of course, is going to give Bettis maybe a chance to overtake them again. Bettis has dropped behind it.
I just realised a slight thing, right? Rodney Raku started this race in 22nd. He's in the points, so the strategy, the Uber undercut, right, seems to be working for him.
Very much so, but of course Rakus is now in the pit lane, so it'll only be a question of time whether or not a pit stop does well for him, or if it's a big mistake.
He's already left and he's exited the pit lane in front of Flynn and Keith. So, you know, it's something. Blumschein coming in this lap, followed by Van Leer. Kalma and Bettis obviously not pitting. We have Kayo, Wells, Falcon not pitting as well. Same with Witt, Curtis, von Stettin, Sahin and Katzenberg. And yeah, and the only cars that are pitting is Material. SAL, flag in front. I think that was for Granville. Yes, it was, and that's a move, quick move from Valniak. What happened to Granville? I'm really weirded out by what Granville is doing here. He's so far been a bit better than his teammate. He has had phenomenal qualifying. Oh, Comedy Pool went off. Alright, so both of them just going off. Yeah, Comedy Pool just a bit too deep, and he goes on the AstroTurf I spoke of. You don't want to do that.
And may I just say, both of the Peugeots are in the points.
Man.
Both of the Peugeots are in the points. What a race for them. What a race for them and the McLarens, because they're both cars that haven't scored a single point, and now they're running very, very well.
Yep, here we go. So, In comes Blumschein, and I mean, I don't think it really matters. The only 6.2. Yeah, no, I'm done. I'm simply done.
Yeah, it seems.
Wait, Karma is not coming in. Wait, what is McLaren doing?
Oh dear, if Karma's not coming in, then he might run out of fuel this time.
If he's not gonna go conservative on this lap, he might have the team might have made a massive mistake. Curtis now, guys, take your pictures. Oh wait, there's smoke. There's smoke on, and that's Katzenberg's car.
Katzenberg may be DNFing from this race very soon.
Yeah, that's ooh, Kyoan's having a bit of contact there. Ooh, sticky situation. So in front of Kyo for now. Well,
if I remember,
if
I remember correctly, that might be Katzenberg's second engine-related retirement for season, no?
First, I think.
Ah, sorry.
In Bahrain, he DNF'd because of brakes, I believe.
Ah, I would have thought that he DNF'd in Adelaide, but that might have been a different car.
That was Murray, who's absent here.
Yep.
Kyo has realized the strategical mistake McLaren might have done, because he was on fuel already. They told Karma to save fuel immediately, but Karma is pulling a gap on Bethes. Obviously, Bethes is on his in-lap, but it's still... Also, wait, Curtis is ahead of... Okay, Curtis is yet to pit, but Curtis is doing wonders fuel saving. I don't know if you've noticed, but he's not even yellow. God damn you.
Now he is.
Henry J. Brown is out of the race, by the way.
What has happened to Henry J. Brown? Made? Yeah, made.
Second
not coming in.
Kyo.
Side by side. Oh, that could have been a disaster for 2. Oh, that is... Nah.
Yeah.
Attila Karma.
I knew it once I saw it. Oh, man.
Now, Falcon is up into P2, but we'll have to see is... It seems that Bettis has again jumped both.
Oh, and that's an engine blow for Kyo. No.
Oh no, the McLaren dream. The McLaren dream is over.
Are you having a laugh?
Oh dear.
Look at the smoke from that Peugeot engine.
What a terrible turn of fate. Oh, and Katzenberg is also now out of the race.
Yeah, he's parked up the car. Oh my god. Man, I feel for the McLaren drivers, alright?
Agnesar take away, it seems. Because
there is a large fire at the back of that McLaren. And there's a large fire in the eyes of Marcus Kyo as he's fed up.
Indeed.
I cannot even say the radio message we just got. It's so vulgar, it's just not allowed. There was a bit of debris in this turn. Looks like it's from Benetton, maybe? I'm not sure about that one, though.
Maybe from there, but we'll have to see.
Might be the... Actually...
Curtis is now going into the pits.
It is. It is from Van Leer.
What has happened to the Dutch driver?
Because you can see he lost an M plate.
Yeah, yes. What has happened? Oh,
he drove. Oh, all right. That's sticky.
Can we see another replay? No, that's nothing that Curtis could have done in that situation. He was spinning. He was
spinning. Yeah, he was out of control, and Van Leer also nowhere to go. It's kind of bad.
That looks to be a racing incident to me. But of course, now Curtis going into the pits, it might be a bit of respite for the driver. Now, of course, with only 3 laps remaining now.
He's coming. Wait, what?
Huh?
Oh,
Blumschein is coming to the pits. That is.
Welcome to Egna. Egna giveth, Egna taketh. Yeah, this is Egna, ladies and gents.
Now, Van Leer is 4 seconds behind Bettis. He might actually be able to bring them back because, of course, the Benetton is very potent on this track. But Blumschein now going into the pit is going to completely ruin his chances to, well,
do anything. Curtis is out.
Curtis is out of the race.
Rijo is out as well. Sahin is out.
Sahin too.
And Curtis out as well. All out of fuel. All the teams have misjudged the fuel. They misjudged the mileage. Wells gets past Vit. Now my question is, what on earth did Williams do to underfuel Blumschein? Because that gap is not safe for a pit stop to make him rejoin first.
No. Such an aggressive strategy. If it's even a strategy, maybe Blumschein is running out of fuel right now. What is Williams doing?
I have no idea. In other news, John Keefe 14th.
And also, may I just say, Max Albrecht von Stetten is in 7th.
The Peugeot executives must be creaming themselves right now.
Well, that's one way to put it.
The cream cheese, right? You know.
Yes.
You know, yeah, you get it right. French cheese.
Only
Anyways,
15 seconds gap now. That might not be enough, actually.
Van Leer is also low on fuel. Betes is the only car, in fact, that seems to be fine.
If they both run out of fuel now, then...
Maybe because of the... No, Betes is also low.
Oh,
Blumschein is rejoining now.
Yeah, but Betes is through. Betes is through now into the lead.
Van Leer...
Oh god, that was close between the two Williams.
Yeah, also Van Leer is getting a bit frisky here because of the contact with Curtis. Curtis said that's fully on Van Leer. Van Leer says that he better not see Curtis in Parc Fermé. Curtis, I'd rather you run, okay? Just, you know, if you're watching the broadcast, just kind of maybe don't confront him, you know. Yeah, there is... all the cars are low on fuel, apart from Falcon, who pitted early, Blumschein, who just pitted, and bloody von Stetten. This race just turned itself on its head. Material doesn't know... Rakus is out. Material just left the pit lane, Rakus is out of the race. Oh, that's a gearbox failure, alright. I thought he ran out, but no, that's just a gearbox failure. Shame as well. For Rakus, had a decent race, but it's all over now. He will be classified though, so it doesn't hurt that much. Blumschein, despite being all fresh and nice, he's not catching up to his teammate.
It might just be that Blumschein had only had a fuel stop. Maybe a little splash and dash for them, but of course we have to now see, is the fuel going to be enough for both Van Leer and Betes to...
But Van Leer is coming in, he's not sure, he's coming in.
Oh, Van Leer's out!
Van Leer's run out of fuel. They misjudged it, it's all gone. Betes will start the final lap, but I don't think he will finish the final lap.
Absolutely not, I think that this race is over for Betes, and this may just be the deciding factor for Blumschein, who is now probably going to take the lead of a championship.
Oh look, his car is wobbly. Falcon now low, Wells now low, Vit, von Stetten, Comedy Paul, Granville, Valyak, Flynn, and Keith, and Material.
And Blumschein right on the rear of Betes, and he's out of the race.
Betes is out.
That is the end of his championship run, probably, because unless Blumschein does a major screw up in the next few races, this might just be... Well, it's a bit early to say, but Blumschein might already be the crowned champion now from this race.
Oh, I doubt it, considering that Blumschein is a very aggressive driver.
Well, only time will tell, but right now it's going to be Blumschein in the lead and a massive gap to both Betes and Van Leer.
Wait,
and
oh no!
Wells is out too.
Wait, that promotes Vit to podium, but Vit is also low, I think. Max Albrecht von Stetten now takes third.
Oh, Max Albrecht, oh my god.
Max Albrecht von Stetten. He's going to get a podium.
Not if Vit has anything to say. Oh, and Blumschein is out! Blumschein is out of the race! What is this? Oh, this is the day of the midfielders. Oh my god, I'm having a voice crack. Wow.
He lost the brakes.
What? This
Wait,
cannot be real.
what's the speed he lost the wheel at? Like 10 kmph?
Yeah, that was barely 10 kilometers per hour. Matthew Falcon is going to win this race, and Max Albert von Stell is going to get second, and Igor Witt is going to get third. This is wow. This is such a turn of events. I cannot believe this.
The teams have walked out of the garages and they are giving the middle finger to the race steward. All of the teams. Even the teams that didn't qualify. All of them. So there will be a big dispute in the pits after this race. Oh, Falcon wins the race. Falcon wins the race on track. Witt has stopped. Albrecht has also stopped. This will give Granville and Valyak a podium. Everybody else has ran out of fuel apart from Material and John Keefe. I hate her factor.
I think the FIA might be looking to not count this race because, well, we're going to see barely any finishers. We're going to see like 5 finishers now, and that's just...
I hate her factor.
Wait, the Simtech is going to get 4th. Oh, and Flynn is also out of the race. We're going to see 4 finishers here. I am not sure if Material ran out of fuel right after the finish.
Yes. Yeah.
I do not think that VFI are going to count this race, or if they are going to count this race, I might give it half.
If they count this race, I'm gonna literally hang myself.
Well, we already see we've had. Well, if we look at real life, we've had races where only 2 cars finished and those were counted. So.
I mean, but that's because F1 in the 90s didn't care, right?
Yes, very much so.
Right, I guess thanks for watching, if you can call this a race. It's been fun for the racing, shame the bloody AI, this is the bloody AI stuff. Premium air factor moment is only thing I can tell, sorry that it had to happen this way. Well, nevertheless, thank you for watching. Yeah, the race will most likely not be counted, and I'll just host something else. Either to replace the race and give you a proper race that counts towards the championship, or, you know, just scrap the race and move on to the next one. We will see. Probably the first option, yeah. Sorry that it happened this way, you know, bloody fact, nothing you can do. So yeah, thanks for watching, see you next time. Sorry it had to turn out this way, be sure to be 7 roads and wear your seatbelt, and hydrate yourself. It's summer, for crying out loud. Drink.